Hello, everybody, Anime Reflux. The streak is over. Welcome back to the world of shit.
Okay.
This one was not bad. I mean, you want to say it's his, but it gets worse. It gets
Yeah,
so
that
much
was that
worse.
was that first episode wasn't awful, it was just boring. But
Uh, first half of the episode, yeah, I'd probably agree with you. Then the second half of the episode happened,
you mean when we were
and
just sitting there for 15 minutes?
that and the places the camera decided to focus for,
You know what this was about.
it doesn't make it any less legitimately disgusting.
Yeah. I mentioned a video by Giguk, anime YouTuber guy.
Yeah.
He pointed that out. Actually, that was the main point of one of his videos. Was the series itself is not that bad, but the camera really likes to sexualize things.
Can I just ask a question?
Go for it.
Bad
I can't
enough
answer
that
you.
she seems to have some kind of developmental disorder. She's like 12 or 13, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you expect?
What else is new, dude?
Did you think she was somehow 17, but because of malnutrition looks like a 5-year-old?
I didn't know. Honestly, funnily enough, I didn't really feel like watching or paying attention of any kind to a show called Eromanga Sensei. By the way, that's the anime we're doing this week. But, I thought, I don't know, characters probably like protagonist is like 17, 18, like second, third year in high school, and the little sister is like first year in high school, like the usual kind of fetishizing age ranges. No. No.
No, this is a new level of trash tier.
Trash tier is too forgiving. This is. Yeah. I felt very uncomfortable watching this, and I wanted to stop. So I basically did. I pretty much zoned out at about the 15-minute mark and just let it play, and I vaguely listened to it.
You did not miss much.
So, Eromanga Sensei. It begins with a kid meeting his new little sister because his dad, I think, is getting married to her mum or something, or the other way around. It really
Yes.
doesn't matter. The characters die off screen 5 seconds later, so, you know. Yeah. So, he meets said little sister. They speak one sentence to each other, which is, "This is the first time we're meeting." It's literal translation of that word. And then she goes into a room and she never comes out for like half a decade.
It's only 1 year, actually.
You could
They
have
mention that
fooled
later.
me. She grew like a foot in that time.
Yeah, it's implied that they did interact a lot, and then their parents died, and she locked herself in a room.
He literally says, "That was the last time I saw her."
Oh, wow, the timeline of this is really screwy, because he mentions later it's only a year, so growth spurts all around, I guess.
So, from that point on, apparently he prepares meals for her and leaves them outside her door and writes her little notes saying, "Please come out of your room," and she doesn't, and she only communicates by thumping on the floor. Yeah.
So pretty much the worst roommate ever. She also doesn't do dishes, so
She doesn't do any. She literally never comes out of her room. Yeah. This is like I don't know if I even need to say that she seems to have some sort of developmental disorder. This is like towards the far end of that kind of character portrayal. This is maybe a couple of steps away from Rain Man kind of portrayals. So, yeah, this was uncomfortable at that point, but okay. If I ignore the title of Eromanga Sensei, this could theoretically be an interesting show of a brother trying to help his little sister who has some difficulties facing the world and living her life. It could be that kind of. No, it's not that kind of show.
No, that's far too much emotion and not enough penis.
You saw penis?
No.
So he goes to school, and we get exposition and a kind of future character introduction of random people shouting while he walks. So we get like 6 different subtitles going on at the same time that are impossible to read.
Those were great.
Yeah, that's yeah. Those are all the future harem characters, by the way, if that wasn't obvious. If they didn't look main character enough for you.
Yeah. Barely legible subtitles is a theme for this show, by the way. So he gets to school, and we get exposition. He's a light novel author because he's apparently incredibly lucky and some sort of writing prodigy, presume.
No, he just writes very fast. It actually comes up later that he's not a very good author. He just writes really, really fast.
Oh. I'm gonna skip past the joke that's just sitting there that I don't want to say because it's kind of mean and probably not true. But you're just frustrated.
That starts the shonen style montage of him getting better at writing later on.
That's not how writing works, but okay.
I'm aware. This is trash. Okay.
The great irony being, someone had to write that shonen training montage knowing, presumably, that that's not how writing works or improving your writing works because the person writing it is a writer. But
the person who wrote this is the guy in this.
God, I hope not, because that guy needs to be arrested if so. Like, I don't even know. No. Just no. So he gets to school and he looks through on his phone because he did an autograph signing and his autograph is shit, and his artwork person who's called Eromanga Sensei, who he has never met, yada yada, is like, hey, your autograph is shit, bahaha, lol, and it makes him feel sad. Cool.
That's about the seriousness it's said, too. Yeah, just kind of poking fun at him, but he takes it super personally because artists.
Okay. Like, I don't even know, like, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't fucking care. This show isn't worth analyzing. If you analyze it, it's actively detrimental to anything about this show. So,
you're not wrong.
Okay, where did it go from here? He went to, like, a bookshop or something, and there was a girl there who he's probably going to not fuck for the rest of the series, like, actively. And they talk about this Eromanga Sensei because this girl is apparently the person that knows that he is a light novel writer and no one else does, and he doesn't want anyone else to know, I guess. And he goes home, and Eromanga Sensei is doing a stream, and as the stream goes on, he sees in the background there is the meal that he cooked for his little sister with the little card on it that he wrote saying, "Please come out of your room," which you would think, other people on the stream would maybe notice that. And it's, yeah. So he sees that and he's like, "Oh, that's my sister. Cool." Well, not cool, but he's like, oh no, it's my sister. And then she forgets to turn her stream off and starts stripping, and panicked he runs out and starts banging on her door. "You left the camera on, yada yada." And she opens the door and he's really creepy. And for the rest of the episode, he doesn't stop being really creepy.
Yeah, he isolation does weird things to people. Also Japan. Also trash tier. So yeah. He's most of his personality is fine, but then he gets really he doesn't know where the line is.
Here's the thing though. He's not isolated. She is.
That's a fair point. Yes. I mean, he goes outside, but doesn't. Aside from his manager, he doesn't really interact with anyone.
And the other girl that he was talking to also.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You're right.
Yeah, he has friends. He has people he talks to. He knows how to interact with people, unlike her, and yet she is the one that seems to have social mores.
The writing of the show.
I do not care for the show.
I can tell.
Dude, your problem is that at this point in watching anime, you need to stop having standards. Okay? Lose your standards, lose your morals, because there are none in this game whatsoever.
Counterpoint, the 3 shows we watched prior to this one.
Just because some things show promise doesn't mean everything else will or has to.
I am having quality whiplash right now, is what's happening. So maybe I'm being a little harsher than is probably due to the show about a brother perving on his developmentally disabled sister, who is shut in and doesn't talk to anyone and is completely reliant on him, and obviously that can't be that bad. I'm just judging it harshly because we watched good shows before this one. So...
You had 2 weeks to prepare for this.
It didn't help. So, he says her artwork is really erotic. Rightfully, she slams the door in his face. Because that's a really fucking creepy thing to say to your sister. I don't care if she draws porn.
I mean, it's a creepy thing to say to anyone you've essentially just met, have only interacted with for about 45 seconds now.
The next day, I believe, he... I forget.
Meet this manager.
Yeah. And he has 2 completed manuscripts for new books and stuff. And his manager is pissed off about this because he was...
Get it down to something that can be absorbed in 10 seconds.
Yeah. Give me
a synopsis.
Give me a concept. Something to work from to see whether it's worth workshopping, instead of giving me like 800 pages, because that's a big fucking stack of paper, of something that could quite easily be garbage because you didn't run the ideas through anyone. By the way, pro tip, run your ideas by someone. It's actually a really good thing to do. They can tell you if you're being a dumbass. So...
That's, it's almost like they're foreshadowing that him and his sister actually work together later. Yeah, that's what happens.
So, What happened to make it so that he got into her room again?
He got a picture from his manager that was drawn by Eromanga Sensei of all the characters from his last work.
Right.
And it touched his heart.
It touched him in somewhere.
Mm.
So, yep. Long story short, she lets him in her fucking room, which
should really smell like feet and death if she never goes outside or washes.
Yeah. It should be rotten enough that you can smell it from outside her room, for one thing. But more importantly, I think it's very strange that suddenly, after an entire year, supposedly it's only been a year, of complete isolation from the entire world, suddenly she's okay with her brother coming into her personal space after he said... Again, I'm analyzing, which this show does not deserve, but I need to analyze it to make it clear how bad this is. So, anyway, he goes into her room, and they have a conversation about... I don't know, because this was the point where I kind of tuned out, because the camera would not stop focusing on this 12-year-old girl's crotch.
It's very true. They pretty much have a heartfelt talk about why they do what they do. She draws because her departed mother introduced her to drawing, and he writes because he validation, basically. And that was like 10 minutes of that conversation.
Yeah, stop paying attention there.
Yeah.
Oh, and when he actually first enters her room, he gets real creepy. She says, "Go sit over there," and apparently it's because she mumbles. It sounds like "Please touch me," or something. And
Thanks for reminding Casey of these things.
And he sounds really excited at that idea.
He tries to touch her. He gives her a head pat, and she says, "Don't touch me," but she mumbles it. So he's like, "Wait, touch me?" And she's like, "No," and points for him to sit down over there. And he's like, "Touch me there?" I hate. She kicks him out of her room, which is overdue to the point of being overdue for even longer than the scene actually lasts. Like, she should have retroactively kicked him out of her room before he entered, is how that should have gone down. Like, she should have done her damnedest to invent some sort of, like, dimensional bubble where her room is actually not part of the house that this creepy motherfucker lives in. Because holy fuck is this guy a creepy motherfucker. Sister fucker. Yeah. I apologize. I got the term wrong. So she kicks him out and he's like, "Thanks for the drawing. It means a lot." And she's like, "I did it because I felt I had to," or something. And he's like, "Whatever. It was still really nice." And that's basically the end of the episode, thank God. Can I die now? I'd like to.
No, you can't.
I think you have actually been given permission to die, because that's it. That's the end of the episode. I didn't even bother seeing the next episode preview part. I forget what happens next episode.
It's a strange thing.
You have morals at this point in doing this show?
No, it's a strange thing because, you know, it's current year argument, I know, but it's current year, and we are constantly bombarded, inundated with people telling us how disgusting and wrong every piece of media is for any slightest transgression. And I am so sick of hearing that kind of sanctimonious bullshit coming from everyone and anyone who has a single fucking opinion on anything. So it's strange, so very strange to come across something and feel that exact same kind of revulsion that those people feel. Like, while I know this is terrible, and it's fine to be terrible, and it's fine to say things that are unpleasant that a lot of people and most moral people will disagree with. I will defend the right to say terrible things to the end of the earth. But at the same time, I feel like this show has no right to exist. And I feel like the people that made it did the world a disservice. Like, making this show actively made the world worse.
No, you're not wrong. You know how Black Clover has been described as the most generic shonen shit ever? It's the good stuff distilled it down into garbage. That's what this is for sister anime. If there was ever any quality to be had of a Imauto-focused series, it's gone. There is nothing left. There's no echoes of goodness to be had in the show. It is just trash. It is all of the tropes from all of those series turned into slop.
Can we move on now, please?
Yes.
I think we're good. We got a rant out of you and even slashed through in a little bit of soliloquy there. You sure you don't want to watch the second episode? You know, might have missed something.
I think I'm good. I've seen it once. That's enough. It's purged from my brain for the most part.
Casey? Casey?
Are you rolling yet?
I mean, I already have. It's 14.
14 is N, by the way. I'm looking for the anime list. There it is.
N. I don't want anything from here.
Okay, here we go. N. Okay.
I don't think there's anything in this list that won't cause us pain.
70.
Alrighty. So out of 70, we get 65. I don't like that number. I don't like that number at all.
65, you said?
Uh-huh.
What do you think it is?
It's at the tail end of this list, and none of it looks good.
Well, I can tell you the show we're doing next week, unless someone wants to veto. I forget who has the veto still.
We all do.
I think we all do, actually.
Yeah, I'm just going to double check this is the one that it's supposed to be. Because, yeah, it is. Alright. Next week is... I don't have my veto, by the way. I use mine on the church rape anime.
Yeah.
Now and then, here and there. Oh god, it's got the girl from Eromanga Sensei in it. the cover image.
Doesn't this one feature rape as an incredibly main plot point?
I don't know. You think I've fucking seen the show?
Can someone link this? Because I think...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it might. You do it from this damn thing that I'm reading right now.
Here we go. Shu is a typical Japanese boy, but has an unbeatable, optimistic and determined attitude. So he is a shonen protagonist.
Fantastic.
However, when he sees a mysterious girl with strange eyes named Laluru, who is a generic shonen love interest, up on a smokestack, he's soon pulled into a strange desert world. Shu soon discovers the true terrors of war, which include genocide, brutal torture, hunger, thirst, and child exploitation. Now, Shu is trying to save Laluru, as well as his hard-earned and often reluctant new friends from the insane dictator, Hamdo. Whether Shu can possibly accomplish saving those he cares about, and while still holding up his values, remains to be seen.
I mean, that doesn't sound bad, honestly. The problem is, I'm pretty sure I've caught, like, the last 2 episodes of the show. Not anymore. I don't know why. Can't remember. But I'm pretty sure she gets raped at some point.
Quote
it's kind of a huge plot
from
point.
the first comment. And yes, I'm going to read this person's screen name. AnimeCon G420 writes, I like when the little slut gets raped.
Thanks,
Wow.
Internet.
Okay.
Okay.
I was not prepared for part of my soul to die today, but the internet provides.
Yeah, you've had a rough day, buddy. 1-2 punch.
Quote another commenter who was not disgusting, so I will, don't really. Well, why not? He was not disgusting. Let's give him the credit he's deserved. Kazin writes, still can't believe this is made by the same guy who made Digimon.
Fair enough. So, Casey, I'm assuming you're vetoing this.
I don't have my veto.
Oh, then I will do it for you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This week was my birthday. Do I get another veto as a
No.
present? Okay, then you do it, Slice.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'll veto this one. The art style does not appeal to me in the slightest anyway, so there's that too.
Slicer, I am going to work on getting a passport just so I can fly to America, to Iowa, and... God, I have to fly to Iowa to do this.
Why would you ever do that?
I just need to hug you for what you're doing today. I appreciate it that much.
It's okay. Hopefully this next reroll won't be the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
26.
It won't be. All right. 9. Get as far away from this as possible.
9 is I.
I.
And me. 39.
39. All right.
Give me initial D. Give me some nice drifts. Give me some driftiness. It's palate cleanser.
Too bad. It's 39.
Just something without rape, please.
It's 39. So who knows what this is? It's the last thing.
Okay. Oh god, there's a second page of these. Okay. Alright. Ixion Saga DT. This is going to be some generic Magitech bullshit, probably. Hokaze Kon is an otherwise normal boy. God, that That particular sentence clause has already long outstayed its welcome. He is an otherwise normal boy who one day receives an interdimensional summons to the world of Mirror. He appears just in time to save the life of Princess blah, 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 whose enemies are trying to prevent her political marriage. Cone, who knows nothing about Mirror nor the way home, attaches himself to Blah's entourage. That's right, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name because
It doesn't matter. All these names run together. Who cares?
Yeah.
Does he also reach max level when he destroys these enemies? Because that's kind of the vibe.
It wouldn't surprise me. So we have an isekai on our hands, gentlemen.
It's from 2012, so I think that's before a lot of the isekais took off. So we might find something original in this. I don't know. I'm holding out hope.
Yeah, that's before Zero started talking our ears off about all the light novel isekai shit that he immediately got into and now regrets. Which, credit where it's due, at least he regrets it. So, yeah. It's, anyone want to veto this?
I mean, I'm the only one that can at this point, and no.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad.
It contains...
compared to what we've just come from.
It contains... let me check the comments just in case.
I mean, considering we're only watching one episode of these, it doesn't really matter if we spoil ourselves to anything in the comments.
Okay.
Thanks, person who wrote this in all caps. I'm not reading your comment.
Yeah, okay. There is not a single mention of rape in the comments, so I think we're in the clear.
This seems dude broy.
Yeah, that's. I'll take that over what we've gotten. So yeah, fine, sure.
Just because I vetoed that thing, does that mean it's gone?
No.
So it's still gonna lurk in the background forevermore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you better hope the gods probably don't bring that up again ever again.
But Eromanga Sensei is gone. So, I can take solace in the fact that I never have to think about it again. That's surprisingly heartening, actually, now I think about it. Yeah. It's just gone forever. I can repress. So, what the fuck is Ixian DT?
Ixian Saga DT.
Yeah, that's what we're doing next week, and it has
Say
no
it right. Say it right for people in the back. You don't know that yet.
I'm gonna feel betrayed if it does have it. By the way, just
by betrayed by who?
Life.
That's fair, but also this anime owes you nothing.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. He's so beaten. He's so defeated.